over here. My goodness, Jizzle.
Some names in sports carry weight. They echo through history. But for some, a name is just the beginning of the story. This is the journey of Jizzle James, a kid from Orlando, born into a football legacy, but determined to carve his own path on the hardwood.
Cincinnati comes away with. Here's James, and we shot behind. My goodness. Here we go. Under 10 to shoot. James, a step back. That's a first. Potential extra pass. Oh, yeah. Jizzle James.
December 25th, 2004. A day most kids wake up to gifts under the tree, but for Jizzle James, it was the day his story began. Born in Orlando, Florida to Edgerrin James Sr. and Andia Wilson, his parents had an everlasting impact on his early childhood.
So when I was little, she sent my dad a video of me shooting hoops.
You know, Jizzle, 3, 4 years old, his mom used to send a little clip to him shooting the basketball, and he really loved the game. And I'm like, shit, I get to relive what I wish I would have done through him.
He saw it in him first. You know, she saw it in him in the beginning.
He entered the world with weight to his name and big shoes to fill. But life doesn't hand out easy paths, only choices. And Jizzle's journey was shaped by a loss that came all too soon. In 2009, when Jizzle was just 4 years old, his mother Andia lost her battle with leukemia. She was only 30, and her passing changed everything. Not just for Jizzle, but for his father Edgerrin, who walked away from his NFL career to raise his children. But even at that young age, Jizzle held on to a dream, to play in the NBA. And as he grew, that dream became tied to something deeper. He wasn't just playing for himself, he was playing for her. And every time he steps on the court, it's in her honor. He plays harder, stronger, and with a laser focus sharpened by loss.
You don't have to deal with that. So you have to find another reason or another why.
Most kids play for a future they hope to build, but Jizzle plays for the memory of someone he lost.
I just like the world to know I'm her son and just doing it for her, just giving it all I got, really. So she's just my motivation.
Let's be sharp from the
Programs
start.
in the country, they are located a mere
1, 2, 3.
It's not about being the son of a legend. It's about proving he's one in his own right. Jizzle is one of 5 children, and he said in the past that his dad wanted one son to play football and another to play basketball.
He wanted that. He wanted one son to play football and one to play basketball, so I'm glad I took basketball.
But deep down inside is what I wanted to be. So I'm reliving my life through him. Dang, I wish I could have been a basketball player.
In 2014, we started tracking his days. He hadn't missed a day working out all the way through high school. So he never, he don't get days off.
For a while, Jizzle was a multi-sport athlete, playing both basketball and football, but eventually decided to choose basketball as his sole focus and forge his own path. And I think it's pretty clear he made the correct choice.
If you do your job, we're really freaking good. We really are. Really good.
Fast forwarding to Jizzle's high school career, we learn that he was even more motivated than what he was at a young age. He attended Olympia High School, where he was a varsity player all 4 years.
And to recognize a Central Florida student athlete excelling on and off the field, it's the Sonic Prep Player of the Week.
And although it's not one of the larger public high schools in Orlando, Florida, it has been able to produce some professional talent, including the likes of former NFL running back Chris Johnson and PGA Tour Rookie of the Year Eric Cole. By the time he hit his junior year, his skill on the basketball court was in full stride. That was the year things started to click.
Going into my junior year, that's when I had my biggest jump in league in basketball. And I think that was my year of growing. So that's when I became Jizzle. just show the world what I can do.
Jizzle is just like my own court persona.
Oh, Jizzle, I was creating a monster with that name right there. You know, we had to create something special. You know, and he had my same name, but like I always tell him, that's his alter ego. When he turned into Jizzle, he turned into a whole another person.
All of his long hours and hard work were starting to pay off. He was starting to put his face on the map. Recruiters from all around the country were starting to take notice. He would go on to average over 25 points per game that year. And then that summer, he would continue to grind and hone in his skills with the Florida Rebels on the Nike Eyeball circuit. The Eyeball Tour is widely regarded as the country's most grueling shoe circuit league. And with the rise in competition, Jizzle had no other choice but to elevate his own game. He ended up averaging over 20 points and dishing out more than 4 assists per game, en route to earning MVP honors for the entire circuit. And if he wasn't on their radar yet, you can bet he caught the attention of the coaches at some of the most prestigious programs in the country.
Really just staying focused and staying consistent. If you want to bid, so you got to bid, so you got to just do what it takes, really. So just really doing what it takes to be great.
I call him a Swiss Army knife because he does some of everything. He can penetrate, he can shoot, he's been really improved his jumper this season, 3-point shot. He has nice physical physique, so he's very strong, can bully opponents, and he's a dog on defense.
But there was one coach who kept in touch throughout the entire year and maintained an open line of communication. And after Coach Wes Miller visited Orlando to witness Jizzle play in person, he finally committed to the University of Cincinnati on October 4th of 2022 over schools like LSU and Georgia.
We're so excited to announce that Jizzle James signs his national letter of intent to join our program. First and foremost, we saw it when he was playing with the Florida Rebels, who's coached by Cincinnati native Steve Reese, one of the best AAU programs in the country. The first thing we saw when we started watching was just how much of a competitor and how much of a winner he is. He's a throwback Bearcat point guard. He plays with edge on defense. He makes plays on offense. He can make his teammates better. He can score the basketball at that position. We're so thrilled that he's going to join our program. He comes from a great family and has people around him that have instilled great qualities of work ethic. He's a tremendous young player, and he's going to have a tremendous career here at Cincinnati.
In 2023, his senior year, he would take a huge leap forward in growing into a true leader for his team, leading the Olympia Titans to an appearance in the Florida State Championship game while still averaging 23 points per game. Rounding out his high school career on a high note, it was time to take his game to even greater heights, and all roads led north to Cincinnati, Ohio. College basketball is a different beast. It doesn't care that you are the 9th-ranked point guard in your class. The game is faster, the players are stronger, the lights shine brighter, and the pressure, it doesn't let up. But for Jizzle, pressure is just part of the process. When he stepped onto the floor at Fifth Third Arena, it wasn't just the next chapter of his career. It was the beginning of a new legacy, a new city, a new family, but the same dream.
Freshman point guard, I learned it's I'm not gonna say it's really hard, but it's like you gotta step up to the challenge.
Freshman year wasn't about being the star. It was about learning, growing, and adapting. And Jizzle took it all in stride while coming off the bench as the 6th man. He wasn't just here to play, he was here to earn it. Some guys fold under the weight of expectation, or quit on a team if they don't get their way. But others use it as fuel, and Jizzle chose to grind it out and prove his worth. By mid-season, it was clear this wasn't just a freshman figuring it out. This was a leader in the making.
Work ethic is different than maybe any freshman I've ever seen. His focus is different than maybe any freshman I've ever seen.
I knew hard work is what it would take to get to that level, so it just kept a mindset of just try to get better every day.
His energy, his confidence, his fearlessness, it started to infect the team. The name on the back of his jersey still carried weight, but the name on the front, that was what he was playing for now.
He's not just a NFL Hall of Famer son. He's a damn good competitor and damn good athlete himself, and he's out to kind of show the world that.
He became the highest scoring freshman Bearcat since the 2015 season, and in the final 2 games of the season, he got the first starts of his collegiate career. And in those 2 games, he cemented himself on why he belonged and announced his arrival on the scene. These 2 games just happened to come during a deep run in the NIT tournament where he put up 25 and 21 points back to back. He's not just chasing the league, he's chasing something bigger, a promise, a purpose, a reason that started long before the bright lights of college basketball, and it's what makes him so dangerous.
I always had that, not scared of contact in me, and I used it to my advantage, so it helped me out big time.
In his sophomore year, he took his role as a full-time starter, where he's blossoming into a go-to leader for the Bearcats.
What up, Killer? What up, Killer? How you doing? Real good? Hey, we'll put together a good 2 weeks. Your best 2 weeks of your summer. Set a tone every day.
And he now has a well-rounded game as a floor general while keeping that same explosive ability to score. So far, he's averaging 12.6 points, 4 assists, and 3 rebounds per game, and he's still developing, even within this season, as the team is still adapting to Big 12 conference play, and Jizzle has always been one to overcome adversity. Down the stretch to close out Big 12 conference games and the regular season, he averaged over 20 points per game in his last 6 outings, including matching his career high of 25 points twice. And he's also started to shoot the 3-ball more confidently, adding that to his repertoire, where over the same 6-game stretch, he was shooting it from a 43% clip from behind the arc.
Mitchell feeds Jizzle. That's a 3. Jizzle James. Big rim, Jizzle, sizzle, bang, money.
And although the Bearcats didn't have anything near the postseason run that Jizzle, Coach Miller, or the entire fan base was hoping for, there were still wins to take away from this season. And the fact that Jizzle has now decided to stay for his junior year shows his commitment and loyalty to the Cincinnati program and Coach Miller. Instead of jumping ship to a better situation or more NIL money, he chose to stay and put in the hard work necessary to make the situation around him better. It's evident the work ethic his father instilled in him played a key role in his decision.
Hey, young Jizzle, man, you already know my man was in the tank. Then the muscle came. The muscle had to come.
I know you did it.
Hey, the muscle had to come. We got him. And with a double-double on day 1.
Do the roll.
We here.
This also might be the year that he gets the keys to the team. If you remember back in high school, his junior year was the year everything started to click. And with the amount of dedication that Jizzle has to the game, I wouldn't be surprised if the same thing were to come true in his collegiate career. And to bring this all to a close, I'll leave you with this. Edgerrin James Jr. isn't just a name being passed down, it's a name being built. Through loss, legacy, and relentless work, he's never looked for handouts or shortcuts. He's forged his own way, step by step, play by play. From Orlando, Florida to the spotlight of Fifth Third Arena, his journey is far from over. But one thing is for certain, he's not just playing the game, he's changing it. And as he enters his junior year, the court isn't just where he plays, it's where he honors his past, defines his present, and shapes a future only he can write. If you're interested in more Jizzle content, check out this video over here. And if you want to learn about another athlete, this video is for you. I appreciate you checking out the channel, and if you liked it, consider subscribing. I've got a lot of cool stories in the pipeline. See you guys next time.
Just kept a mindset, just try to get better every day.